Selection 3, St Kilda.
Jack Billings, Oakley Chargers, Q Comets.
Selection 8, North Melbourne.
Luke McDonald, Werribee Tigers, Oakley Chargers, Q Comets.
Selection 12, Richmond.
Ben Lennon, Northern Knights, McLeod Junior Football Club.
I get a lick with Dad.
I think it's hair.
Very bad, like down.
Goes on to his right foot in the centre half forward, but no one at home. Billings is here. Oh, they've got the run now. Q if he goes to his left. McDonald's into space, and that's where he goes. McDonald takes a mark on centre wing, and he's off. Look at him go. He goes for a long kicker towards full forward, and a long kick it is. This could go over the back. I predicted it, and it could even go right through, and it is. It's a goal. What a goal. What a goal. It was set up by Billings in the centre of the ground, who went out to McDonald.
Well, I played with Jack for a really long time. You know, we played under nines together. So we probably started when we were about 6.
From Tackers under nines at Q Comets. That was my first year of footy.
It's been awesome just playing with him, just evolving. It's a pretty good story, just how we've been best mates the whole time.
Beautiful mark is Billings. Rolls, as he's known to his teammates, Rolls Royce.
When we were younger, he was always a bit better than me. He had the big left boot, and he was actually so good on both sides. Because I remember he actually injured his left ankle when he was younger, so he had to kick in his right foot. I was very jealous of that.
Yeah, he's just like a head taller than everyone else. Yeah, very big.
Well, there always was that little competitive streak between us.
I might have had him. Nah, I don't know. He was pretty good.
He probably won more B&Fs growing up, and that was probably good for us growing up. You know, just having that person who was better.
We've always tried to keep pushing each other as we've grown up to keep improving and playing good footy.
We never really said much about it. It was always there.
Number 9, Jack Billings.
Just like to present the best on the ground, and it goes to number 17 from the Q Comets.
I always remember those two being like a dynamic duo at Q, and both left footers, always pretty good footballers, and they always smashed us. I think Luke was probably better because he was a man-child and he had hit puberty before Jack, so I think he had him covered.
I probably first met Ben in under 14s, but I do remember him in under 12s. He was the emergency for the under 12 state team, which me and Jack made, but Ben missed out on. He was a kid that never rocked up to any training sessions. He apparently had bigger things on.
So I was a representative side, Yarra Junior Footy League. I suppose that's where we first bonded and got pretty close.
Me and Luke got to know him really well, and yeah, he's become a good friend.
Luke's more, I suppose, out there and outgoing and loves to have a laugh, whereas Jack likes to get the job done and is pretty quiet.
I reckon I clicked with Benny a little bit before Jack because we like to sort of muck around a bit more than Jack does. You know, straight away as soon as I met him, I knew he was a good player and I knew I was going to get on well with him.
It's a pretty amazing thing that we've all known each other growing up and all trying to achieve the same goal. Hopefully if it happens, it'll be pretty special.
First footy memory was probably an early Sunday morning. It was pretty cold down in Watsonia. I was pretty nervous and it was my first game with mates from school. So all I can remember about that was trying to get a kick, and I actually stole the ball off another kid and kicked a goal, and he was pretty filthy. So it was pretty much my first memory of footy.
It's Leonard that was screaming for it and taking a nice mark. Comes in, league best and fairest player, puts it straight through the middle.
Yeah, it's always been a passion. I've always wanted to play, and even when like you play bad, you still want to be determined to, I suppose, redeem yourself. And yeah, the mates you make as well is really good. And yeah, I suppose it's part of my life, and yeah, it's something I want to do in the future as well. So. I feel this year I can cope with disappointment better. So if I play a bad game or a bad quarter, I can get my head back into the right mindset. I just don't want to drop my head and drop my bundle, and that's it. Obviously with the championships coming up, I want to play some consistent footy, and so I played a few good games, but I didn't really string them all together. So if I can do that this year, I'll be pretty happy. Always think about going to a club and being picked up and that kind of stuff, but then you also got to kind of pinch yourself and think that there's heaps of other little goals that you've got to tick off before you get there. Everyone tells you just think about your next game and all that kind of stuff, but it's pretty hard to do that.
Yeah, I think I fell in love with it at an early age. I guess growing up, Mum and Dad always went to footy, followed Essendon, so ever since I can remember I've just always loved it and gone and watched it and yeah, really enjoyed playing. Back in the day, I used to love Matty Lloyd because obviously he used to kick all the goals, and yeah, I liked Hurdy because he was the captain obviously, so it was during a pretty successful year at the Bombers. Thought I was possible to get drafted probably when I made AS level 1, so I guess you never really know because players develop at different stages through their junior careers, and yeah, probably when I made that I thought I got a fair dinkum chance and should give it a real good crack. There's not that much pressure. I think the only pressure would just be me like putting it on myself, but it can be daunting if you think about it too much that all these people are watching, but no, it's not too bad. I try and think of things I need to get better at and focus on that, and always just try and improve. I saw the knee surgeon this morning, and he just said that it's nothing major structurally, it's just at some stage I'll probably have to get surgery on it just to clean it all out. Yeah, leading into it I was a bit nervous, like you just want to find out what's going on. Yeah, I was happy with the outcome, knowing that I can continue playing. Yeah, my social life is pretty minimal at the moment, but that's a sacrifice you've got to make. I'd rather be playing footy and doing all this stuff than doing all the social things that some of your mates at school are doing, because there's plenty of time for that. Yeah, I think the biggest challenge with it all at the moment is like getting the right balance between schoolwork and footy, but also obviously there's a pressure from everyone around to perform, but I think the most important thing is just to enjoy your footy.
With Dad, he was always in AFL, VFL environments. I don't think he really needed to talk about it. It was just it was pretty much life growing up. I was always in the rooms, annoying the boys. So yeah, that's pretty much how it all happened.
McDonald from about 55 metres. That's a booming torpedo. Look at this! Oh, what a goal!
Yeah, well, Dad played 155 games for North Melbourne. Through the 80s and early 90s, kicked 165 goals. So yeah, from there he went and was captain coach of Werribee, took him to a premiership. After that moved on to coaching with Box Hill Hawks, and and Hawthorn where he was assistant coach, and then in 2004 switched to North where he was assistant coach, chief of footy from then on, and you know, over the last year he's moved into the more commercial side of footy, which you know, he's doing a really good job at.
Away goes McDonald. Good pace from the contest. Out looking for Billings.
I suppose at the end of the under-17 year there was the mini draft, which is GWS have 2 selections that they can on-trade to different clubs for draft picks and players. You know, speaking to my manager, there was a little bit of interest from a couple of teams like Gold Coast and Collingwood. That wasn't. I didn't really think about that too much.
Luke McDonald gets a fair bit of distance on his kick.
His old man played enough games to get to North.
I've gone for North for pretty much as long as I can remember. I've never wanted to play for any team other than North Melbourne, and yeah, as I said, that mini draft was there, but you know, I never really read too much into it. I've always been so passionate about North, and even with Dad being around there for so long for playing there, you know, I only want to wear the blue and white. I finished exams on the 16th of November. I think on the 20th I flew out to Utah and met with the boys straight away. So yeah, I was pretty much straight into it. Didn't get to party much with all the fellas and celebrate finishing year 12. You know, that's a choice I've made. I want to be an elite footballer. I suppose the first week when it was just me and all the first years weren't there yet, it was a bit hard because I found it a bit awkward mixing with the boys, because I still sort of felt that I was only there because of my dad, because I don't think that any of the boys would have seen me play. But once the first year boys got there and all the guys my own age, it was a lot easier, and I really got a lot out of it. Well, my dad, he's my best mate, so I liked getting lunch with him, but I suppose some of the boys, they would have been like, oh, what's he doing getting lunch with the chief? So yeah, so in Utah, I suppose, since the 24/7 environment, it was a little bit weird, but you know, since I've been back, it's been awesome. Just having my dad there, sometimes I just use his office to charge my phone up, so yeah, there's no problem. So my aim for this year is probably just to get my aerobic capacity up, get a bit stronger, so like the transition into AFL football is a little bit easier on me, and I'd love to captain Big Metro. You know, obviously captain Trinity last year, I mean co-captain was a huge honour. You know, to captain state, well, that's something else. You know, it's been a really good challenge, just stepping up to the VFL, the bigger bodies, so many more AFL players or ex-AFL players. You know, I'm really loving it.
Playing on is McGuinness, and again, Reece, as you said, they're flooding forward, and the mark is taken by Luke McDonald.
So I remember I played the practice games and I found it a bit hard to get a kick. In that first game, it sort of all clicked. We were playing on a wing, we were switching it, and we were just playing such good footy. And you know, I kept telling me and Timmy McGuinness, who's a rookie at North Melbourne, we were singing Rack City because we were both getting a bit of the ball. But yeah, I was a bit surprised at how well it all went.
And now this youngster, who's basically committed to North Melbourne as a father-son draft pick next year, starts brilliantly, and the Kangaroos will be very, very happy with what they see.
I suppose there is a little bit of pressure. You know, I often like to welcome the pressure, so, you know, I like playing good in the big games, so, you know, I sort of love it.